As a company, we are very well positioned to serve the mobile operators in the country. About 640 million smartphones in the country. I think we are waiting for an explosion to happen. My first priority is to make sure our people are taken care of.
Hi, I'm Danish Khan from Moneycontrol, and today we are joined by Mr. Munish Seth, who is the managing director of Altius, which is an infrastructure provider. And Altius, while Munish is not a new name, Altius is, and we would like to know more about the company. If you could brief us about the company, the combination and the assets the company has, and the work, the stuff that the company is up to. If you could give us some color on that.
Sure. Thanks for having me, Danish. Good to see you again. So Altius was envisaged about a year back. So Brookfield, as a major investors, bought three companies together. Crest Digital, which is in building solutions. ATC Towers, now known as Elever, which had a strong base in India, and Summit, which was erstwhile Geo Towers. So these three companies combined to create one of the largest telecom digital platform in the world. A combined entity of about 260,000 towers, both in building and macro towers. So we are a sizable company, and we take pride in serving the nation as we continue our digital journey.
Right. You mentioned that the company, which is a combination of three companies, is building the digital backbone of the country, which includes towers, fiber connectivity, data centers. So we are seeing a massive data surge in the market. So how do you assess this trend, and where is the opportunity for the company?
Interesting question. So first of all, let me clarify. We are a IP1 company, which means that we are predominantly into the tower business. We are exploring other areas, but we are a tower company. That being said, India today uses about 22 GB per data per user per month. If we believe some reports, is supposed to, in the next 3 to 4 years, go up to let's say 50 GB per user per month. Combine that with about 640 million smartphones in the country. I think we are waiting for an explosion to happen. Now, what are these digital natives using? So, if you remember your days when you were growing up, we used to have something called DTH. Now that has been replaced by YouTube, Netflix, OTT content. Music is streaming rather than actually having big CDs. We are reading books online as well as hearing about books, audiobooks online. So that's replaced some of the traditional means which have been re-energized. Then we have also new AI models coming in. So we'll have new services coming in. Digital payments. Needless to say, it has changed the way India operates. So there are use cases that are redefining as we are actually experiencing data in the country. Combined with 5G, higher data speeds, you'll see we using more and more data.
Right. So
I'll not be surprised that if we cross 50 GB per user per month, and that creates a lot of demands on the mobile networks. The mobile operators would need to upgrade the networks to technologies for capacity, for coverage. And that's where we play a critical role.
Right.
We'll have to create physical assets like towers for them to mount the radios on.
Right.
And that becomes a mission critical task for us. We already have a very vast deployed base across the country. So we think as a company, we are very well positioned to serve the mobile operators in the country as they kind of chart their expansion strategy.
Right. From this digital infra perspective, while we know that 5G is here, we have seen the fastest 5G rollout in the country. A lot of consumption is happening in urban, but a lot of demand is coming from rural side of the country. And now telcos would want to kind of go deeper with the densification of their tower networks in those regions. So why do you think that, or what as per you should be the strategy of the industry in terms of deploying that network to cater to the rural demand? Because there has always been a challenge on the ROI part. how much you invest and how much money you can get out of it. So if you could kind of help us get some color on the need of it and then the ROI part of the industry.
Again, a very interesting question. So, a lot of demand is now being generated from rural India. So, rural India is not the way we used to see in the past. So, rural India is aspirational, and the economy is booming for them as well. As our Prime Minister nicely articulated yesterday, the cost of data is almost as a cup of tea.
Right.
So it's affordable now. So I think great stuff by the mobile operators across the board in kind of making these tariffs affordable. Even the devices are becoming very affordable. 5G entry-level devices are within reach of most of the people. So there is an incentive for everyone involved in the value chain to actually make sure more and more Indians get online. So I see that trend continuing. Good part is, as a company, we're already present in rural India.
Right.
Some of the policy changes the government is making is enabling more and more companies to venture into those areas. I actually am glad this government is driving very inclusive growth.
Since you're saying that the policy support is improving, what more is needed to kind of unlock this faster rollout in the country? Not just rural, but areas which is a terrain where it is very difficult to deploy fiber. So what sort of more interventions you feel are required?
So first of all, the government made some welcome changes in the telecom policy, especially related to ROW. So since January, I think that has eased the life of mobile operators as well as us. What I would love to see is the same harmonization happen in regularization of the tower assets. Right now they are distributed across the state. We would love to see a central allocation of the process. Second, some of the great initiatives like Gati Shakti and viability gap funding, I think there's an opportunity for the tower companies like us to get more deeper engaged with in the planning cycle. So imagine this, if a railway line is being built or a highway is being built, what if you provision for fiber and tower right there? You could build that later, but if the provisioning is happening, it makes the system more efficient. So I think that's where a lot of improvement could be done, and I'm sure the government is thinking about it.
Right. Yesterday, PM Modi not just spoke about the affordable data rates, he also talked about the India stack and 6G technology and why India is an early mover and wants to have a seat on the table. So how do you see this move? Do you think that this is something which will bring some results in coming years?
See, end of the day, Danish, it all boils down to what is your aspiration and your ambition. So definitely makes it more affordable. Technology is more catered to our demographics. So it was a very welcome ambition and a very welcome step by all the operators combined.
So other than this demand for data and the network to support it, which are the trends we are seeing which are relevant? If you could highlight those trends in the market.
Yeah, now this comes to a crystal ball gazing a bit, but I'll say the advent of AI, 5G, 6G is going to usher in changes that we have not thought before. So today we are used to a faster streaming, but I think AI is redefining the way we operate as a country, and those changes are pervasive worldwide. I was reading some articles. Some of the companies are doing flood forecasting using some advanced AI models and technologies. So imagine if a country like ours could benefit with this kind of technology that is being developed in the country for the country.
So last question, as a leader, as the head of the company, what are your 3 key priority areas for coming years?
So as a company, we are still in infancy. We just finished our integration of the 3 companies. So my first priority is to make sure our people are taken care of and we have a vibrant culture by which we can support our customers and support ourselves.
Right.
Second would be definitely create value for our value chain, that is our MNOs, mobile network operators, as well as the ISPs. Third will be to make this company scalable so that we can cater to the demand this country is going to ask from us.
Right, right. Well, on that note, I think we can safely conclude this chat, and I hope we get to sit more and discuss the Indian telecom industry more often and the trends that we are seeing. Thank you very much, Munish, for doing this. Pleasure talking to you.
Thank you for having me, Danish. Always a pleasure.
Thank you.